But for him, I think just allowing RB to do his thing on these big moments with Jet just is going to be more beneficial in the long run.
Well, Cloudburst very aggressively thrown down here. Vision Strikers make their way through mid, looking to breach into heaven. They spot one there on the ropes. Paint Shell's going to be lobbed in. RB pressing forward, does barely manage to find a kill onto Impa. Zest does get dropped in the process, but it's a 2-for-1 so far. Blind spray through the smoke, not going to be able to find too much, but as Goddead presses down, he'll take down King before Stax finishes him off. Lob forward there on the satchel. Stax staying safe. Frenzy at range. Not always going to be the most reliable. Doesn't get the shots coming through. Should expect this to be here in heaven. This little dark cover going to be tossed out by Glow. Around the corner. Headshots there. Stax 74 HP. Still going to be standing tall. RB pokes out around. That will be the finish. Round one. Pistol round very rarely does go to Vision Strikers, but this time it is theirs.
Yeah, just really aggressive up in the mid. Just smokes and tailwinds and everything they needed to get through there, even though RB took a little bit of damage. Just holding back, allowing Stax to kind of follow up behind him. You'll see this a lot for Vision Strikers. Stax and RB working together. The dynamic duo. They do such a fantastic job, whether it be Stax leading the way with flashpoints or these kind of things. Even sometimes you'll see RB be kind of the decoy for Stax.
Yeah. Well, look at this. The force coming through. 4 Buckies, I do believe, was the count, and a Sheriff for the side of Hamtori. So not too surprising for
Hamtori style.
If you guys have been watching them, this is not a shock at all. But it could be fairly punishing if they do not find success. Jinx still just playing up here in garage, just hoping and pleading for somebody to push him. Looks like he might try to get a little aggressive. Blind not going to find anything there from Stax.
Camera way up front for the Cypher, watching right before ramps even. Smoke comes through into mid, so there's going to be Glow pushing his way through a bit. Cinder just holding at the site, and Glow doesn't see much in mid, so the rotation continues to be towards A for Vision Strikers.
Yeah. Quick check on the cams. Nothing there. That'll be the go button. A little bit of damage on the RB as he presses forward. Tailwinds onto the site. Are they aware of this Bucky, however, from the Cypher player? We'll have to find out. Zumba finds one. RB going to be taken down. Bucky in the back. Cinder will claim King. 3v3 now. Spike drop now picked up. Great blind from Input. And the cleanup should be there. No, Zest barely does manage to find a third kill in the round. 22 health remaining on Jinx. It's a 1v2. Low HP here for the Sage. No heal available. Finds the headshot. Moves to the side. Fakes the plant. Now needs to try to get this raise. He's pressing the smoke, and that's exactly what Zimbo was waiting for. Takes him down 1-1. Already tied here in the series.
Yeah, and you can see why Hamtori really likes these Buckies, especially on this map. There's a lot of close range situations where that Bucky is going to be useful. And even from the rafters, from the heaven side of A, you can still rain down to right in front of the screens, right in front of the plant site itself, and get a couple kills. And you saw it there. And it's a really interesting approach they have that nobody else really does. Hamtori loves those Buckies, carrying over some of those ideas from F4Q.
Ooh. Well, falls down to 69 HP there, but has the heal. And it gets quite a bit of damage, almost a one-tap onto Jinx. So there you go. Gets the finish as well. Zest finishing what he started. Takes him down. Now no defensive smoke's going to be available from the Brimstone. Going to have to entirely rely on cloudbursts and blinds. Great shot, though, from Goddead. We'll get rid of any additional healing. Also some damage onto Glow, as he has just a sliver of health remaining.
Yeah, the bomb, or excuse me, the spike working its way through Ramen. Oh, just can't find an angle. Cinder holding down.
Oh, Goddead, however. Oh, King does get dropped. King finding him. Now going to be pressing through potentially to a link through the ropes, but it's not going to happen. Will peel back. Seems like the call is going to come out for everybody to rotate over to the A site.
30초 남았습니다.
Which goes deep through the spawn. 25 seconds about to be on the clock now for Vision Strikers.
Camera right around the corner.
Yep, camera is above. They will destroy that. Cypher going to be in screens. Bucky drawn out. Cloudburst buying them some time to get onto the site. 13 seconds remaining to plant. Going to be going down into the black left corner from the defender's perspective. Blind spray through. Doesn't quite find Glow. Had he gotten one little bullet on him, would have managed to finish off this Omen.
Nobody on ramps or heaven yet for Vision Strikers, but they're doing a good job putting utility there to at least keep whoever's up there at bay. Smoke's coming through into screens now as well, trying to really slow up the retake abilities. Here comes the paint shells coming up, stepping, getting done. King.
No, just aggressive straight into the paint shells. Knows that he's going to be displaced, but wants to just go ahead, pushes in. Does manage to catch Zumba off guard before he can redraw his weapon. Spike's starting to tick away. RB will get the final headshot here as they try to exit with the guns that they still have remaining. And the Spike just barely won't go off.
Yeah, Vision Striker is doing a good job there, showing you why, yeah, controlling ramps in heaven is important, but if you make it so that whoever's up there doesn't really have an opportunity to do much, you can really bottleneck the team at screens. And King just waiting there. Even though the paint shells, you know, you have a pretty good idea that somebody's going to be there that's a good paint shell, but King is able to react plenty in time, step ahead of it, pick up one from there. Just snowballed into a win for Vision Strikers.
Yeah, so 2-1. Hamtori though. See if they could try to make this a 2-2. Economically not going to be the safest at the moment. And Cinder, off screen, does manage to find RB, taking him out over at a main. Aggressive push forward around the corner, it looks like. Does end up costing him, so good little pickup there. It's a little bit of damage does go out onto the enemy brim, so Jinx is going to have to play a bit more hesitantly. Doesn't want to get picked off like he did in the last round.
This is a good opportunity for Vision Strikers to rotate to A. They have the ult available for Sage, so they can get the res. They just got to pick on that side as well, and I really like this decision. Even though there's a camera there, they're going to spot it out, shoot it down. The rotation should be coming through for Hamtori, but Vision Strikers are way ahead in the tempo right now on this side of the map.
Yep, res does come through. Dark cover going out. Blocking heaven, blocking screens. Right as Jinx presses forward on that side. But trying to come in from behind. Fault line going to be tossed out. Blind there from Stacks. Pushes forward, manages to find the kill. They'll spot another one down here in the sewers. Paranoia going to be tossed out just to try to clip him. No one going to be detained by the lockdown here, but the site very much, I was going to say very much controlled. Zumba looking to drag this back into their favor. With 12 seconds remaining, they have to storm forward and get this spike planted. It's going to be the back corner yet again. 2 in screens, 1 in heaven. Hamtori, can they actually engineer a retake?
Cinder's not able to do anything off of his smoke. It's just going to be waiting, trying to find an opportunity. He's just going to actually just leave.
Like,
he just pieced out.
No, I'm not messing with this. You guys got Buckies and stuff. No. I killed somebody. I got a gun. I'm just going to save that. Nice headshot there from King. Let's see, Zumba, don't believe he's going to be able to get too much done at this range.
Oh, yeah, they got to be careful of screens there.
Yep.
But Zumba, yeah, he's got that Bucky, so there's not a lot going on. Sticks his face out. There's no reason not to try to at least pick up something. Stack's going to get Zumba another win, going to go over towards Vision Strikers, and they just make such good decisions. Glow is such a smart play caller. He recognizes that if they shift over to A there, all of a sudden the numbers advantage becomes huge for them.
Well, it's a solid start, 3-1 on the board. And economically, this is going to be Hamtori coming in with not quite a full buy on everybody. I think we have a sheriff on one member here.
And an op for RB. Yeah, that scope. That's so cool.
Comparatively, Vision Strikers are in a much stronger position in pretty much all facets. I believe that this is going to be God Dead with the sheriff, with his Blade Storm available. I could be incorrect about this.
Yeah, both teams with Rolling Thunder as well. So oftentimes you'll see those kind of come down right after the spike plant.
It is.
Yep.
Okay. I barely got to catch a glimpse of the scoreboard on our other monitor for a second, but I'm like, well, nobody else would run a Sheriff other than a Jet with Blade Storm.
He's making a little noise, seeing if he can bait somebody out.
Floating around. Aftershock to clear that left side here in Garage. Nobody to be found, but two fairly aggressively pushed forward members of Hamtori, creating a crossfire. As Jinx and Zumba just would love for somebody to fall into this trap. Oof.
Yeah, the turret placement makes a lot of sense. They're going to pick it up. Just watch that mid as long as they can. Smoke going over into mid as well. Maybe faking a B.
Oh, that's going to be Zest. Eliminated. 30 seconds remaining. Are they prepared? Is God then prepared? No, he is not. Blind, of course, is going to be there because Stax is in this game. Completely catches him off guard, eliminating him, making sure that that Sheriff, that Blade Storm doesn't get to do a damn thing. That's going to be, ooh, nice Nanoswarm invested. Quite a bit of damage pushed out onto Inpup. It does retreat. King, however, still does fall. Cinder finding that kill. Look at everybody wrapped around here over towards screens. 4 members of Hamtori trying to break their way through. Op still going to be here from RB. Holding it main, now has to relocate. Jumps up top to get a better angle.
They're just going to try to brute force their way through screens. I don't know about this.
It's not gonna happen. Chloe holding the corner to shut them down with the Spectre. They were not prepared. The veteran on this team clutches it out, finishing them off.
Yeah, so this time around, Vision Strikers gives a little bit more attention to ramps in Heaven at the beginning of this push because they had to use one of the dark covers early to fake the B push. Zest sacrifices himself for that as well, but it allows them to get to the site, allows them to hold him down, and then Hamtori just bottlenecks themselves into screens. They didn't really need to do that, I felt like, but they did anyway, and there's an Op and Glow waiting there, and that's not an easy triple, but a good triple.
Yeah. I should say clutches it out as in like, man, that was clutch, not that was a clutch.
Yeah, well, that's the fact that it's called clutch makes it a little difficult.
I just know that there's a pedant somewhere in the chat that is going to say, well, it wasn't actually a clutch because he had other teammates alive.
Well.
Pushing his glasses up the bridge of his nose. Great kill, though, on to Zest to start things off. The nice little push here into the garage, catching the Sage off guard. Limiting the heals, limiting the the potential of just being able to walk across onto the B site.
Yeah, and it hurts to lose that Sage early. Typically you want the Sage kind of to be hanging around the back, or in that case, sending the Sage forward definitely really helps sell the fact that you're trying to push, into that site as well. Because typically, again, like I'm saying, she's going to be kind of in the back, so then you're kind of like, well, why is Sage going forward? They must be really committed to this.
Yeah. It's definitely a good step forward, because this is another force here from the side of Hamtori. I mean, hell, even the Marshal is in the game right now. Showstopper out from Zumba, going to let the rocket fly. Doesn't find too much damage. Looks like he barely got a little bit of splash onto King. Does not result in much. Spray coming through, RB unknowingly staring right at Cinder with the Bucky. Will not be able to get the headshot, but it looks like it does not matter. So now Goddead's going to be the only one left alive. Has the Marshal checking some angles, because a great headshot on the Glow.
What a
really nice flick up. But can he do it 2 more times?
Well, I mean, I want to see it. Personally, that's going to be tough, though, with King there, waiting with the Phantom, not fooled at all. So another thing that, I like about this from Vision Strikers is it does sometimes make sense to put the Sage forward, right? Because you want that wall to go up first, like you mentioned, to cut off that angle as you're coming into B. So that sells it the last round. This round again, maybe making at least, Hamtori consider that they're trying the same thing.
Yeah. I think it's all mostly just
that's another fake.
It's all mostly to try to bait. He also might not be anticipating the force buy there with the multiple Buckies, the Marshal coming through, so maybe thinks that he's just going to be pushing up against somebody with a pistol. But this is Hamtori that we're talking about, so you got to be ready for them to have some kind of weapon that isn't a classic at any given time, because these guys, they just kind of throw their money up into the air. Great shot, follow-up peek is there from Glow. knows that Goddead is not going to be able to reset off the tailwind, gets scoped back in with the operator so he can very quickly capitalize on that misplay.
The Brimstone smoke doesn't slow down Vision Strikers at all. They're not fooled by it. They are just getting through. Complete control over mid right now allows them to kind of decide which side they want to push through. And RB working his way forward with the op. A lot of players with the new changes to Heaven playing back.
Low, pushing up. Impa not ready for it. Went right into their spawn. Taking him down. Heaven clear for the moment. 2 getting ready to come through ropes. They get the spot on 1 and screams. Stax finds Zumba, but then Jinx takes out Stax. Over here and ropes. And Glow is perfectly positioned to back up RB. As they get ready to swing up into Heaven. 2 members pushing forward. There's the shot. Tailwind out for safety. He peeks the corner. Glow's there. Takes out Cinder. A 3rd kill for him. 6-1 now. Vision Strikers starting to really run away with this game.
Yeah, everything is just better for them. These 4 spies that Hamtori is doing, it worked once, it hasn't worked again. You know, fool me once, that's fine, but you are not going to fool Vision Strikers again. You can't say enough about how smart this team is, how they adjust. They're not putting themselves in bad spots to get buckied. They're doing a really good job being patient, utilizing long range. You know, especially with RB covering, whether it be screens or into Heaven there from ramp. It's just very, very good stuff. Let's see what they're going to do here on B. You know, are they going to they're going to try a set play with Breach, maybe throw the flashpoint in. Just going to go for that orb, see if they can bait somebody. God. They just outthink you every time.
Yep. Great shot. RB just holding the angle. Input checking way too far forward with absolutely no way of getting backed up. So further punish, down to 3 members. And still with a minute to play with, Vision Strikers can absolutely take their time to figure out where exactly they want to push. RB still over here. They don't care. They don't need him to take B. They just leave him. Nano Swarm to clear that left side. Now they need to clear the back left side. The Bucky shot from Simba, unfortunately, not going to be enough to kill off Zest. Only got a smattering of damage here onto this Sage. And with the wall up on the CT side, the only angle they really have to worry about is going to be from Heaven.
Yeah, and they're already ready for it. They've already got the crossfire set up, and even if somebody tries to come up, Zest is here, and he's just gonna come up over the wall, put the shot down. Cinder gets the Bucky to land this time, but that wall is in front of him, and it might just be better to, well, I mean, he doesn't really have much to save for, to be honest, so knife it through, see if you can maybe catch another kill. Somebody coming up behind Cinder now. And this is probably not going to end well for him.
King so very close to actually eliminating him through that smoke, but yeah, doesn't want to give up the kill, still does want to die from the spike explosion to get that extra cash.
Yep.
So it does just hang out. But 7-1. This is not going nearly as well and as excitingly as I might have anticipated.
I know, we hyped this up. You and I were both, you know, messaging each other about how excited we were about this. And Vision Strikers is, I mean, there was one day where we saw Vision Strikers against New Turn and we thought, maybe this Vision Strikers team, and I don't know, maybe they're just really tired that day or something, because ever since then, they've just completely dominated. I mean, Achilleos, that most so far here in the round of 16 and in this, the most they've ever lost on a map is 5.
Well, Rez instantly out one to King, but still multiple kills coming through as I say it though.
I don't even
they just bounce back. It was looking
crazy.
so good. Cinder holds the angle up top on the Raptors.
Lockdown,
takes out
why
2.
not?
And now you've got the lockdown. A great aftershock to actually displace here. Pushes around the corner. Can't quite get the transfer spray though. Would have been huge. Would have put him in a 1v1, but Impa, he does fall. And Vision Strikers just carry on with a very fast round.
Yeah, since they dropped one map in that best of 3 to New Turn, 13-6, 13-2, 13-5, 13-5, 13-4, 13-5. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
You know, they have always been the best by far and away here in Korea. And if the The win streak from these guys isn't enough. All of the first place finishes that they have had isn't enough to convince you. Just look at how they're playing this. Because like we said, this is actually surprising to us how dominant it is looking. We expected more from Hamtori. A nice peek around the corner there into the sewer from Zumba. Does manage to find King. And straight damage back on the stacks does force him out of that aggressive peek.
And Vision Strikers has Hamtori so confused right now, the Cinder doesn't know where the heck to place his cameras and his trap wires. He's just bouncing around, setting them at places. He's moving between screens, between the defender spawn, and he hasn't found much to work with. He's going to set a smoke down. RB's just going to poke a shot in there, see if he can catch him sneaking. But again, right now, they're completely lost. Hamtori has no idea how to keep track of what Vision Strikers is trying to do. They can go into B, they can go into A, they can come through mid.
Look at this. It drew the Jet away for a moment. Glow starts pushing forward, says, hey, look, heaven's clear. At least for now, Goddead is going to be in position up top. Just have the blades drawn out, and stacks will fall. Glow waiting, now Zest getting dropped. Huge plays here from Goddead, potentially a round win possible. Dash over the side. There's then the cloud burst. RB finds Jinx. Jump up over the top. Doesn't find much. So right click not going to connect. That was all on the Sheriff. Glow will find his skull. Now needs to claim a fourth if they want to win out the round. Pokes around the corner, and Cinder does come out on top. So 2-8 here for Hamtori.
Well, that was big whiff by Goddead. Almost put him down, but it is going to be Cinder. I was talking about it. He's bouncing around. He doesn't know what to do with his utility. He didn't even place a camera that round. I mean, imagine that as a Cypher, like not having so little confidence in where to be and what to do. I mean, they're just able to kind of get some good kills from Goddead, and every once in a while, your individual skill can overcome being in difficult situations. But that you can't rely on that for much longer.
Well, here we go. It's feeling like round one all over again. Aggressive push forward. RB will find Jinx. It's a little bit of damage in return, but overall is going to be okay as the Rolling Thunder does come through. Nanoswarm going to be thrown down into the Heaven Staircase. Trying to cut anybody off. No one's going to be playing there, but Glow makes his way down onto the site. Cleans up the kill onto Impa as the wall will get raised, blocking off CT access.
Yeah, 2 die on the same spot on Rafters, basically, for Hamtori, and now they're just completely cut off. And utilizing these Sage Walls so well, of course, just making sure Alleys is going to be... You have the information that they're going to come through there if they do try to. They're going to have to do something to get rid of that wall. You can put the Dark Cover up on Heaven, and then where are you supposed to come through? B main, well, you've got the Alarm Bot there just in case, and Stacks as well.
Oh, Dark Cover does go away. Cinder, Master on the draw here against RB. We'll find another one as Zest does get taken down. Zimba with the Bulldog will finish off Glow, but it's far too gone here. Or too far gone, I should say. As the spike will detonate, and that will clean up Zumba, so unable to hold on to his weapon. The 9th round pickup here for Vision Strikers.
Oh, here you go. Last round in the half. Goddead's going to go for the op. Zumba only has enough money. Cinder as well for Bucky's. Impa is completely broke. Impa is picking up pennies out of the fountain at the mall.
He's also got money.
Yep. So. I mean, that's what they go for when they can't buy. They actually... they don't believe in pistols.
Sometimes they do go for it when they can buy. But
that's also true.
It worked out. It's worked out one round.
It's like Bunny got in their heads.
Ooh. Fault line to lead the charge. A slow orb was there. Zest seemingly unaware that they have Impa in this forward position inside the garage. The question is he actually going to try to aggress? He got punished the last time for that, and you can see that he's cheating back over towards Ramen at the moment on the mini-map, so in all likelihood is just going to be able to hold back and play this angle.
I'd rather see Hamtori be a little more defensive. They have Neural Theft, they have Orbital Strike available, so they've got all the tools to set up a really good retake. I think this is one where you can be patient. You can kind of don't give any trades over to Vision Strikers. If they get a plant, so be it. You have the opportunity with your utility to maybe get something done. Zumba just catches Glow right on the ropes with the Bucky. This is what they do best.
That's what they need to be looking for, but here we go. Here's the push into the garage. That's going to be leading the charge, and he's not ready for the Bucky. Does catch them off guard. seeming like Hamtori may just be able to pick up this final round in the half before they themselves shift over onto the defensive side. Still looking for the play here in the garage. Might check it. Yeah, I was going to say Aftershock could be big. Dash forward from RB. Actually does find info before Jinx takes him down, but Stax will go ahead. Make that minor exchange of 2 for 1. Turret into the back. Rocket drawn out. Here's the movement. Will throw it. Makes it a 1 for 1 on that. Spike picked up, starting to get planted. Does he have enough time? Dash forward comes in. Goddead with the frenzy will take down King. 3-9. The score here as we get ready to go into the second half of Split.
I mean, who needs ults? They didn't even use them. They just come through with the buckies. I mean, you can't win on that though. Hamtori, as good as they are, 2 of those rounds are buckies that they basically won on the backs of. I mean, as good as the bucky is, they're good one tricks. They're curveballs that you can throw at your opponent from time to time. But if you throw enough curveballs, eventually one of those becomes a fat pitch that you can hit into the stands, and Vision Strikers is going to knock those out of the park every time.
Well, moving over to the attack. I mean, this is where I feel like the chaotic nature of Hamtori could very much do them justice, and they could make a resurgence. Still, a pretty big deficit to be in as they get ready to go on the attack. Need to have a really strong start. Getting that pistol round first would be absolutely huge for them, so we'll see if they're going to be able to do that.
I want to see if Vision Strikers gets aggressive again on this pistol round, even though they're on the defender side. That's what worked for them really well in that first time. Just, I think, doing stuff that they don't normally do. They're known for being kind of a methodical, slow-paced team. Just get in there.
3 stack over on B, looking like this might just be a garage rush. Given the number of frenzies that they have, Zest is going to be the only one with the classic, has the light armor as well. Wants to be able to have a little bit of extra tankiness so he can play around the rest of the squad and potentially get some heals out if necessary. Paint Shells is drawn from Zumba. Okay, I was going to say, if he just let that go, it could have been devastating. Fault line will come through. They press up into the garage. Zumba going to manage to find Stacks. RB taking down Jinx. Now RB going to be falling as Impa finds a kill. Slight little tag into the back here from Zumba. Does clip onto Glow, but he successfully retreats. That's trying to hold Heaven. Will not be able to do so. As Goddead, he popped up over the top of that wall in mid with an updraft to find the kill. Glow now playing ring around the Rosie on the site. Poke out from above comes in, and that allows for Glow to clean it up. Now it's going to be this 1 for 1. Triggers the trap. 22 HP. Glow needing to land these headshots.
Good dark cover. That's going to keep him and buy a little bit more time. Cinder gets up, but they avoid detection of each other there. Cinder, this is so smart. Coming back into here. I think he has a good opportunity to get a plant at least, and you can see.
Does Glow think that he's gone to A,
yes,
though, is the question. Does he fully commit in for that?
He thinks he's, he should be in mid, at or he could be in ropes. You got to be really careful here as Glow.
I think he's just got to kind of sit here and wait for the plant. But look at this. Has Cinder overthought it? Cinder's overthought it! They're both on the same page and they don't even realize it. He doesn't go into Heaven, but he hears the movement coming through. He hears him running onto the side. Pokes out! He's so low! 3 bullets remaining, and that's all he's got. He's got nothing else to reload with. Will drop down. Smoke going out onto the side. Wraps back around the side, and Cinder is ready. Man, what a game of chess played by these 2 players. But it is Hamtori able to win the pistol round here.
I mean, Glow honestly outthinks Cinder there. Glow knows the timing at which Cinder is likely to go through mid to ropes to A. And he checks it, he gets in there, and he's way out. And Cinder kind of outthinks himself. Isn't able to really mentally track where Glow is, reveals his location. Glow almost gets him coming through into that short side of A through the screens, and again, Glow only had 3 bullets, so it was going to be a little tricky, but his aim was just a bit off of where Cinder was going to be.
Yeah, 3 bullets, 22 health, and a dream, but doesn't work out for him. But man, what an entertaining round, just from a mind games perspective. Trying to get a read, figure out what exactly is going on. Impa going to be forced out of position here in the garage. Let's get chunked down to 72 health. As the rest of the team makes their way up through mid and finds Zest. Chilling out on the rafters. Now we'll get ready to make their approaches into the B site. They spot out Stacks. Tailwind not going to take Goddead very far, but he's still going to be alive. still should be okay, and actually decides to push aggressively through the smoke here into the alley and will eliminate the enemy Omen. It is just King left alive. He is spotted by a cam over on the A site, which means that they are coming to hunt.
Well, this is... I mean, if King wins this, it's going to be one of the great rounds in Valorant history.
I mean, well...
He's got a classic and a turret. Okay, 1, 2, not going to happen. Jinx with the Buckies. I mean, this is what's interesting, though, for Hamtori. When you're on, you know, kind of a quote-unquote anti-eco round, you could save a little bit more because of your confidence with the Bucky. I mean, the Spectre's so much more expensive, right? Another 1,000 credits more. So...
Get 700 up.
Yeah.
That's a mighty fine chunk.
So, I mean, I like that ability for them to be flexible on their, you know, when they need to save a little money, but they need to kind of, I think they'd be better off not going into those Bucky rounds when they're on the back foot as often.
Aftershock on the side, Glow trying to get out of there, barely makes it up onto the box, now manages to find one. Zumba there, Paranoia doesn't connect onto the race, but a great peek from this side comes out from Stax, showing that coordination with his teammates.
Great call.
Surprises Zumba, does manage to find that kill. Wall now going to be coming up here, up in heaven. Zest chilling up on top of the wall. He's trying to weave those shots, but he cannot do it, but a great amount of damage is answered back there. Jinx will fall. And suddenly, Cinder, alone with a stinger, sitting at a ramp. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
Well, ideally, he just, you know, gets 2. I mean, getting 2 would be a win for Cinder at this point. Getting 1 is okay. Getting none is not great, but what are you going to do when it's a 5v1? There's no, you know, ideally, you'd like to get back to the bomb, but that's just not going to happen. He knows it. Vision Striker is just too good at holding their angles, playing off of each other's, you know, call-outs. Right away, RB is there to pick off the Brimstone after Zest catches him behind the wall. Zest doing a great job not exposing himself to the Bucky, recognizing the situation really quickly, reacting to it. Again, Vision Strikers is just light years ahead of you mentally, and King gonna get the final headshot and kill on this center. They're just so smart, and as great as Hamtori is, you can see why Vision Strikers just continues to dominate.
Yeah.
Everywhere they play in Asia. It's not just Korea, by the way.
I think one of the things that I would love to hear is actually the comms of Vision Strikers in any given round, because it seems like no matter how chaotic the situation, they are always getting the exact information that needs to be understood across to the exact person that needs to be receiving it. I mean, if you ever listen to comms for any FPS game, especially ones that have character abilities, such as this in Overwatch, the comms are often just tragically chaotic. But it seems like that's maybe not the case here for Vision Strikers, or they're just able to breathe through the chaos, much like this round is here. It's a very fast one. I mean, what really is there to talk about? Look at the investment coming through. So many guns going to be left on the ground, including the nice little omens there. These guys are having a laugh. They're having a whale of a time as they just absolutely massacre Hamtori on the entrance to the A site.
Yeah, and Stax just opens that up with a great fault line, catches basically all of Hamtori with it, completely slows him up. Everybody's able to get in position quickly. RB up on the rafters, just tears them apart. It's just easy. I mean, Hamtori is tilted there. They're just trying anything, just seeing if they can, you know, throw a kitchen sink in there and get it to land. And whoa!
Well,
okay,
that's a great start.
That's a kitchen sink.
Operator shot does not connect. Instead, it's a kunai to the skull. God Dead managing to take out RB. A site is here for Hamtori, and this is going to be the first time really in the game that they have been able to take a site and now defend it with a man advantage.
I like it. Vision Strikers doesn't expect back-to-bash A rushes. King gonna get Cinder though. Inpa gonna trade down. Inpa gets 2, but gets finished off by Stax.
He does manage to press through. It's gonna be a 2v3. 1v3. As Zest is now the only one left standing for the side of Vision Strikers. And let's go ahead. Get back away. Surely he's just gonna be looking for an exit kill. But look at this angle held. But yep, snap to the left. That goes down. 6th round now picked up for Hamtori. So still in a significant disadvantage as far as the rounds are considered. Vision Strikers with plenty of money stacked up on the likes of Glow, who's currently sitting at 7,300. Can absolutely buy for the rest of his teammates here.
No problem at all there.
It's happened so fast.
Yeah, Hamtori is at least able to somewhat... Look at this, Jinx has plenty of money, and he's still going to go for the Bucky. Like you mentioned, sometimes, I'm assuming he's going to stick with it. We'll see. But sometimes they just feel, they can utilize it. They could save that extra money and give themselves a little, a little bit of cushion for the next round.
But sometimes you also just want to have somebody when they're in that 3,500 range to go for a light buy like the Bucky, so that in case they lose their operator in this round, they can be the one to kind of just sack their total,
and they don't
savings.
like pistols, so why buy a Sheriff when you can buy a Bucky for the same price?
Pretty much. But yeah, likely going to be in prep in case God Dead dies and loses the operator. So he's going to be keeping his fingers crossed, Jinx, that he doesn't have to give up his life savings for another operator in the next round. Wall up for the moment. Everybody moved up here through mid. 2 at ropes. 1 at B heaven. Just around the corner. Jinx is going to be finishing off that turret. Is that enough to call the rotation here from Vision Strikers? They will have stacks start to rotate over. He's playing in the middle, right outside of the heaven stairs.
A lot of options for retake, and I think that's why Vision Strikers is playing back. They have the lockdown, they have the Rolling Thunder available. They don't really need to get aggressive on this one. They can kind of let... and you can just pick up one with Zest on a Zunba. Good angle there. Flashpoint comes through, but they're not able to catch him. He gets down behind the box.
Yeah, drop down comes in. Rolling Thunder kind of displacing them for the moment, so doesn't manage to line up a shot. Sees the off shot, sees the skull! Glow with the backup, keeping him protected from below. Gets rid of Cinder as he peeks out. That will be the cleanup, and that is 12 rounds now on the board for Vision Strikers. Hamtori need to win 6 in a row to take us into overtime.
Zest is so cagey there, just doing such a good job. He is just so careful about exposing himself. He is just ever so slightly around this corner. He gets one. What an angle he finds there, and gets another. Some help from Glow. That's 3 down for Hamtori, and quickly it is almost over here on split. 12-6 match point.
Well, wasn't correct. It's not going to be an operator pushed out here from Goddad. Jumping through, Zimba. Showstopper ready. The TP away from Glow. He stays alive for a little bit longer, but Zimba does manage to find him in the end. Blinds coming through. Stacks has the angle from the side. Takes down 3 in a row. Do I hear a 4th? Not for him. At least not yet. King presses up, gets rid of Zimba. The spike is dropped. The lockdown is rolling. And Cinder, I don't think there's a damn thing in the world that he can do to try to drag this back. No, there is not. Stacks does... Surprising, especially given what we saw in our previous series. What with Dom1 Gaming Korea absolutely tearing apart ZF Gaming with their own defensive side start.
I like the switch to Cypher on this map. For a couple reasons. I think there's a lot of awesome spots to use the tripwires, of course. Cameras, you can have a lot of great angles, as we saw on our previous bind setup between Dom1 Kia and ZF Gaming. And also, often, pretty much you're always going to have Sovas on both teams on this map, and having Sova against a Killjoy is a hard counter to the lockdown ult. So Cinder coming right in, and look at this. No one has lost yet, so good opportunity for a good retake, but Goddad going to get King over by the entrance to elbow.
Yeah, it was a full disengage off the site from Vision Strikers, just kind of letting them come in. Now they look to re-aggress. They do make this a 4v4 as Glow does take down one. Stacks barely managing to come out on top over Jinx. Not much HP going to be left on him, but Cloudburst tossed out. Walls coming through. Glow and Stacks both going to be eliminated. They get the spike to half. Push off the spike here from RB. Goes for the reload. This gets forced out. Picking this up, looking for the shock dart. Bounces, and he actually manages to get the defuse off before Impa can take him down. There's a slightly too delayed reaction there from the side of Hamtori, which means that Vision Strikers will win yet another pistol round.
Yeah, that's scary. If Vision Striker starts winning pistol rounds, then you really feel like you don't have any hope against them. That was kind of the thing that would often allow teams to maybe at least feel like they had a chance. But Vision Strikers, again, it's a good retake setup. They've got the B site basically completely surrounded. They're putting attention towards elbow, but they're coming in from hookah. They're coming in from defender side spawn. Everything is pretty good for them. Did I catch that right? Did they get 2 people on top of that wall for Hamtori when it went up? Okay, I thought that was impressive. That takes some serious coordination.
Yeah, we had them both.
If it was intentional.
Nice little boost coming through. Aggressive push up onto short. Does cost Glow his life. Impa managing to take him down, but then Stacks responding in kind, so instantly a 4v3 advantage here for Vision Strikers. Spike is still going to be inching forward, up short. As RB just looks to play away from Shower. 2-2 split here for Vision Strikers. With a 2-1 for Hamtori. Sage not there with them yet. I think the cam dart might have just gone out and clipped onto him in hookah. He's going to be peeling back. It seems like it's going to be the Sage's job to try to draw attention away from the A site to open things up here for Goddead and Zumba to make their way in, but it's actually going to be a rotation now coming out. Ooh, great headshot as he peeks around the corner. That's going to be one dead. Looks for the follow-up headshot, doesn't find it, but still gets enough taps to take down Stacks. 2 members remaining here for Vision Strikers, making their way onto the site. Spike does get planted, but here is Zest, and he is cleaning up house. Takes down 2. Now looks for the last. Cinder around the corner gives his position away with that slow orb, and Zest will go ahead and claim him for a 3rd. As the Spike will get cleaned up in the end.
Yeah, just looking for the guns, and that is going to be Hunter's Fury up and ready for Zest already in round number 3. 2 wins in a row to start this out, and that one started out pretty good. Goddead landing some darn good Sheriff shots. A lot harder to use the Bucky on this map, unless you're going through hookah or showers. It's pretty tough to get the Bucky to connect with enough damage like you needed to with those one-taps with the right clicks. This is a rough start for Hamtori. They cannot afford to lose this round after buying.
I mean, they're just gonna keep pressing the issue. They say, you know what? If we lose this round, we can do this exact buy in the next one. We have enough money to afford these, you know, suboptimal guns. I'll put that in quotations at least, because some, you know, the Spectre and the Stinger are quite good.
Spectre especially is damn good.
I mean, any gun in the right hands is going to be good, honestly.
True.
Glow faking the TP across. Either that or massively. Let's go for the cross all the same. Hunter's Fury going to be thrown out here towards B long. Doesn't catch anything. Bomb still very slowly moving its way over towards A short. Cam up. Go ahead. Spot 1 gets the dart there onto Zumba. The rotation starts to come through for Vision Strikers. Try to collapse here onto the A side. King going to be found. Spotted out in U-Haul. Paint shells tossed over to the side. Looking for a lucky catch. Doesn't get much. No one taking really any significant damage yet on the side of Vision Strikers, but I have a feeling that that's going to change for both parties pretty soon. As the spike is thrown down. Slow orb expires. RB looking the wrong way. Snaps over to the side. Actually gets quite a bit of damage in on a Zumba. And Glow will be able to go ahead and finish him off. Pushing out aggressively. King tries to take down Impa. Cannot do so. Jinx, 15 HP remaining, will throw down. And Anfield, as Glow makes his way around the side, tries to tap the bomb, tries to fake it. Doesn't manage to do so. Does it one too many times. Impa coming in from the back. Finishes him off, and it's going to be a round picked up here for Hamtori. So 2-1 the score.
Still 3 kills for Vision Strikers. Not bad at all after just hanging on to the guns that you picked up. But again, that was a really good round for Hamtori. Again, they bought, so they need to get those guns. They're gonna have to spend a little bit of money again. This time it's gonna be Vision Strikers on the back foot with the money, but a Marshall potentially gonna be picked up for King. Pretty interesting to see the Cypher. Let's see how he wants to set up on B. If he does end up, I'm assuming he's going to stick with that Marshall.
Have to wait. Yeah, it looks like he's got it in his hands. Can see there from the silhouette. Still just going to be holding on to one of his trap wires. One there on the exit of hookah. Cam situated as well as Zest makes his way forward, ready with the Bucky. The bomb is being rotated back over towards the A site for now. Zumba finds a pick. It's very well maybe cause for them to relocate. Nope, Zest holds firmly, says paint shells be damned. I'm just gonna hold the angle. Does eliminate one. Rez available, wall comes up. Rez is there, push around the corner, looking to finish him off, but goes for the shock dart instead. Costs Zest. Had he just had the Bucky drawn, maybe could have, maybe not, finish off Zumba again, but taking down the Sage.
It's good recognition by Cinder. Oh, just an amazing play. I mean, use the wall to give yourself the res, RB.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, right click not going to connect. Glow. Meanwhile, he's on the back side, but the Sheriff does manage to find a nice headshot, taking down Goddead. See if he can find some more of that. As the spike does get planted. 3v4, but HP bars dangerously low here for two members on the set of Hamtori. So they would desperately like to have a shorter cooldown on that Sage heal. Push around the side, Jinx. Taking just a little bit of damage. Glow will find one. He gets traded out by the showstopper. Peeking. Spots Cinder. Cage going to be triggered. Here's where one is at, but with the classic, can't get it lined up fast enough to try to take down Jinx. Now we will be tied up 2-2. Hamtori starting to take those forward steps and looking better and better here on Bind.
Yeah, it's just a really good start for Cinder. Again, using that wall to block off the res. Recognizes that he catches Zest in a bad spot with the dart, whether that be the shock dart or the recon dart, whichever one he get out. Just uses the wall to step over as well. So just a fantastic wall placement. Can't say enough about that one. That was a really high IQ play.
Just wanted to bring him back into the frame. And it doesn't become nearly as costly as it might have looked, because while Zumba did get res and brought back in, to take quite a bit of damage from the shock dart. To help contribute. Paint shells to go ahead and clear the hookah box. Cam set up already. See the rotation coming through as we do have Stacks making his way over. Moves up onto the site. This doesn't work out for them. This could just end up being a TP bailout, perhaps from the side of Hamtori. Aggressive push from Zest. The blind is there from Stacks. Manages to find two, but Cinder responds in kind with three. Completely trumping their numbers here. TP comes through.
Res again.
He's got another res?
Again.
Unbelievable. Cinder brings Impa back through. Glow goes for the spray. Does manage to find him. Pick off there for him, but still three members to deal with. He and RB gonna have to try to get things done. Plant comes in yet again. RB might not realize just how much damage how much danger he is in. As Zumba is sitting right outside of the sky smoke. Both of them rifles drawn out. He took the blind shot right there. Might have been able to actually get the kill. Doesn't happen though. Instead, it's gonna be RB forced back and out of the fight.
Yeah, you gotta save that operator. With the way the economic situation is right now, Glow going down as well.
Yep, that's all they're gonna be able to save.
Yep.
Just that operator, as he will just chill back here. Nobody wants to even go near it. So Hamtori will go ahead and exit, but again, now keeping their heads above the water, having a lead for the first time here in this set, 3-2. And economically, things still going to be very nice for them. Saving the operator, obviously absolutely massive for RB. The rest of the team, not quite there to be able to pull off a full buy. Can't go for a rifle plus armor.
And as good as this set play is by Zest and Stacks, it's a better one by Cinder.
Yeah.
He just counters with three, and it's just, the numbers are pretty equal actually in that situation in a way, even though Hamtori is, pushing that side. Still, getting two opening, I thought, well, here we go. That should be Vision Strikers.
Yep.
But Cinder just big-time plays back-to-back rounds.
Absolutely huge. I mean, and getting another res that quickly. Absurd.
Yes.
Glow still playing in the showers. He is not shaken at all by the shock dart. He just continues to hold his ground. Takes him out. Will go ahead. Gets the Vandals. No, I don't want that. Gets the Phantom instead. Everybody has their preference as the Neural Theft will be used. And it does spot out the 3 remaining members. That being said, despite knowing that Zumba was playing out around Hookah, Zest still gets caught off guard and does fall. RB not moved up far enough to take a peek past Fountain over towards the link. Will not manage to find Zimba. Cinder just burning the wall to try to get a little bit of a cheeky position here to peek into the showers, but there is nobody moving in that direction right now from the side of Vision Strikers.
Yeah, it's trying to play against Vision Strikers' tendencies, which is they love, especially RB, loves to be coming through the bads, but RB's actually on the other side of the map this time, so for them, a wasted wall as the defense starts to rotate over towards A site, as I think they have a pretty good idea that it's going to be coming down, and once these smokes come down, it is orbital strike going to be used here? A blind orbital strike into U-Haul.
I mean, usually kind of safe. You expect somebody to be playing in U-Haul, but in this rare circumstance, nobody was there. Glow was already playing outside of it. Pushes the corner here. Stax is going to be the one that finds Cinder, but Zumba will trade that one back. 1v2, but yeah, will not be able to get a plant off. The spike having to be abandoned over to the side. Zumba does find a 3rd kill, taking down Stax, still making this economically, damaging to the side of Vision Strikers despite the round won by them.
Yeah, but Vision Strikers still enough money in the bank to get their buys on, get everything they want. Both sides going to be able to do that, but for Vision Strikers, a little ever so slightly, well, I think actually now that I look at the money, it's pretty darn even.
It really is.
Yeah, it's pretty darn even. So whoever wins this one could be setting themselves up for, potentially 2 in a row, just based on the way that the economy usually works in this. And this is big-time turning point.
Yeah, I think it's maybe within like 300 across every player right now, as far as cash is concerned. It's very close. RB, aiming a bit too high, was looking at the back of Fountain instead of this close corner. Wasn't quite prepared for that aggressive peek up from Cinder, so does not get punished. We'll throw down the slow orb. Aldrone will go ahead and spot him. They see him starting to pull back. A 3-man stack here. King, a really nice spot there. Finds Jinx. Will go ahead and be able to safely retreat. Spike getting picked up now by Zumba. Seems like even though they lose out on Jinx here, A is still going to be the play.
Yep, they're stacking in to mid. As the Owl Drone going to be used through Babs to kind of clear the way, but that's shot down very, very quickly, so they know where 1 is. But the attention is over here. Glow holding down the trigger. Paranoia comes out. Going to be God Dead getting King, though.
They do lose King somehow. Glow not dying. Stax backing him up yet again. Takes down Impa. Still going to be 2 hovering around U-Haul. Flash going out there onto the truck on site. Zest gets the Hunter's Fury out. It's for the hit. Can't finish off God Dead because he's already gone. Stax killing him off. Push around the box. Zumba. Quick tap on the Glow. Finishes off the enemy Omen. Now 2v2. Dart will get finished off. Push out from Stax. Manages to find the headshot. Here's the plant coming out on the box. Fault line going to be invested. Zumba will fall. Vision Strikers back in control. First they tie it 3-3. Now they take the lead yet again. 4-3 on the board for them.
The Stax masterclass being shown here. This is like what they do to start this, right? Like Stax being so cagey in just good positions. Even if they lose 1, he's there to trade. Then couple flash points come through because he knows that the pressure is coming from Hamtori. That slows things up. That allows the Hunter's Fury from Zest to start landing. It doesn't get any kills, but it gets some damage and it buys time for the rotations as well. Nice play by Zunba to pick up a couple. He gets to heaven quickly, turns, gets another. But at the end of the day, Stax, some good usage of his breach utility finishes the job. They know where that last player is, and if Stax knows where you are, he's going to land something on you.
Oh, had to have seen that. Now has to back up. Doesn't take too much damage on the exit. Not sure if the tailwind was used on the back end. Either way, RB does manage to re-peek and find Cinder this time around. RB forced back by the Hunter's Fury, and God Dead capitalizes, finding that headshot. Glow in the meantime, taking down 2 through the smoke. Finds Jinx. I must have heard the footsteps and just went and open fired and just happened to get the headshot. Either way, going to be a very welcome surprise for him. Well, we'll pick up a 3rd, and Stax will get the finish here as God Dead goes down. Vision Strikers starting to gain that momentum yet again, but you have to remember how things have looked here.
Oh, we
the
talked
defense
about
of this map.
Yeah, we talked about after that 3-3 with the way the economic situation was, it was pretty likely that was going to be the case. But yeah, I mean, this bind does seem to be a little. Well, I think bind is pretty balanced personally. I mean, as far as the maps go for attacker and defender, but maybe a little defender heavy. Not like Ascent, which seems to be very attacker heavy. But there's a good start here, right? The follow-up off the Hunter's Fury is really good at getting God Dead in there, but it's just Vision Strikers is insanely patient, and they'll just wait you out. Stax will just use his abilities to buy more and more time to get themselves in better positions, find out where you are, make you pay for it, whether that be through blinds or smokes or whatever they got.
Well, Tailwind used an aggressive repeat from RB, completely punished, shut down there. Zest now holding Garden, finds 2, finds 3, Stax will get another, he'll get the last. These two guys basically alone, shut down. Oh, what a beautiful little take there on the defense. 6-3 now, 3 more rounds to go in the half. Hamtori, with the rifle buy coming through, would absolutely love to get these last 3 in a row to make it 6-6, but with the way the Vision Strikers have been playing these last few rounds, I don't know if it's going to be possible.
Yeah, I mean, this one could be 8-4 very quickly if Vision Strikers wins this round, potentially even 9-3. I mean, what are you going to do? Stax is just so good. His ability to utilize those flash points, incredible. Zest is just not hesitating at all off of him. The timing is just amazing. Like, how well they are in sync. Like, you can't be even half a second off, right? When you're stepping up off of these flash points and the fault lines and these various things that Stax is laying down. You have to be right there, right behind them, and know that the timing and the placement is going to be good. And not also to expose yourself, you know, to the enemy too early or anything like that, or get flashed. Yes, that's exactly it.
I was gonna say, like, if I was gonna try this online, had somebody in comms, I would probably have like maybe a 70% success rate of just actually being able to peek without flashing myself. But these guys, it basically never happens. They just have it down pat.
And they're sitting on a ton of ults right now as well. And so this, even if you lose your money advantage, you still can sit on the knives.
Well. Somehow wasn't a headshot, but still a kill there. But just getting on that collarbone, it looks like, I guess. Boost here on the ice block. Zest will go ahead and claim the target. Jinx pokes out, does manage to find RB, so they're consistently getting this op out of his hands, but unfortunately there's just so many members of Vision Strikers that are in position to go ahead and recover it for him that it doesn't really matter. So he's just consistently had the same hand-me-down operator across numerous rounds now. Yeah,
this is my role when I play Valorant. I'm the operator finder. I give it back to whoever died.
The funneler.
Because I like to play Sentinels. I like to play Killjoy, particularly these days. Just trying to hold stuff down. So usually I'm kind of... Or Sage, I like to play support, so usually I'm picking up that operator after the guy who's doing all the hard work as the Jet.
Well, God Dead. It may not be an operator, but it can get the job done. We'll be rocking the Marshall. See if he can line up some nice shots here, but seems like King is not going to be messing with this. Camera's going to be taken down now, so yeah, especially probably doesn't want to go for any sort of aggressive pick. Cage will come up just to clear the boom bot. Rotate around now. Everybody other than Zumba, it seems, is going to be moving over towards short. Aldrone to go ahead and try and lead. Paranoia does come through. Jinx leading the charge. So Rolling Thunder does crash into everybody on the side of Hamtori.
It's a phenomenal Rolling Thunder.
Orbital strike. Zest has to press forward. He tried to make it into the teleporter. Wasn't able to do so. Great punish coming in here from Hamtori. Having the gun disadvantage, going 2 for 2. Not too bad, but Stax does manage to tack another one on the back end of it. Blind there onto Zumba. He'll take out one. Stax dangerously low. Kinds his way back over onto the site. Zumba takes a shot. And only just kind of spraying through, hoping to get a connection.
I'd like to see Hamtori swing to B, whether that be teleporters or whatever. This is too locked down right now. You have better chances if you can kind of rotate a little bit faster, because otherwise you're going to have to rely on just winning a couple duels and defender's advantage. While Stax is very beat up, It could be a little tricky here for them.
Tailwinded forward, Stacks.
10초 남았습니다.
Get eliminated. The paint shell's coming through. RB starting to inch forward. We'll just have to go ahead and pop the Blade Storm. 2 angles to check though, and Zumba is there ready.
That works too.
Yep, gets him in the back of the skull. So very nicely and patiently played by Hamtori.
공수교대전
That's
최종
fine.
라운드.
I mean, you're winning the duels. If it works, you know. But I think there was an opportunity there at least to try, but I think, you know, they just had the confidence. Get it done. I don't know that I guess it doesn't really matter if you use the Blade Storm there or not with the way the economy is. I mean, it's the last round. You might as well go for it, I guess, in that situation. You weren't really given an opportunity to use the opposite. The Blade Storm, yeah, totally fine there.
Yep. Well,
가서 처치해.
7-4, 1 more to go. Let's see how this goes here for Hamtori. 5-7, not necessarily going to be too bad for him. Could be a decent salvage on what was a very rough start to bind. Jinx did go for the Odin.
Res available for Hamtori, so they can, you know, again, you can be a little bit over aggressive in certain spots, and kind of, you know, let somebody get out. You can throw the wall down to get the res again, or you can, you know, fake rotate to the other side, then come back and pick your teammate up. There's a couple different options available. That's the nice thing about the res. It does actually more than just.
Oh, well,
hold that
quick
thought.
check spots him out there on being long. A little alt use there from the shadows coming through. Start up over the top, looking to scout. Does manage to spot one. The jump there, great updraft from Goddead, puts himself in a prime position to take down Zaz. Goddead now pressing forward into elbow, not quite ready for King to be playing on that corner. Takes him out, but RB will fall as well as Jinx regresses back into hookah with the Odin. And after the longest reload of all time, we'll have to see if he can eliminate Glow. Teleport over to the side, and the answer is going to be yeah. Like 60 bullets in half a second to the chest. Glow does die. And that is going to be Vision Striker still coming out on top in the first half of this map. But 7-5, a decent little run back here from the side of Hamtori, keeping things close.
Yeah, it's a really good comeback for them at the end. It was starting to look like Vision Strikers was going to run away with it. They've won 5 in a row there. Those last 2 able to come through. And even getting that win in the 11th round was at a economic disadvantage for them. And that's a big turning point, because it could have very easily gone, you know, very hard the other way in favor of Vision Strikers. But getting that round 11 win, very, very nice. Pistol round coming. And so far today, Vision Strikers been dominating the pistol rounds. Well, not dominating, but winning a lot of the pistol rounds. They won 1, they've won 2, they've lost 1. So I guess dominating is not the right word, but they're playing quite well in the pistol rounds, which is unusual for them, and that really is, you know, kind of sets a difficult situation for these teams where usually Vision Strikers is actually coming from behind, as we've talked about a lot.
Yeah. Well, now with Vision Strikers on the attack, let's see how they fare. Let's see if whether or not Hamtori will be able to run it back and take a lead over on defense. Pressure's on for them. They want to come close. I think we can just very easily now say it. Like, obviously this is not going to count as a loss if they go 1-1.
Right.
This is a best of 2. But it would still be a negative mark against them. This would be a draw, effectively.
And Vision Strikers have dropped, you know, 1 map so far in this tournament.
Yes.
To New Turn. And I believe it was Bind, actually. And I think that's a big part of why this map was picked. By Hamtori, this is a map that Vision Strikers has said in the past they don't really like. Opening up, though, it's going to be a 2-for-1 for them. Make it a 3-for-1.
Swift and furious here from Vision Strikers as they make their way onto the set. Pressing forward. Is he prepared? Nope. Shorty around the corner. Stacks gets the headshot. As Cinder likely just wants to wait out for the spike to explode and then run into that rather than give it a kill over, but we'll see.
Stacks doesn't need to move. no reason to do anything except hang out for the most part, as he's going to use a fault line out there, but Cinder still waiting, still seem to be catch somebody. Now he's gonna reveal his location with the shots. Now really gonna be able to come and take advantage of it.
That timing, RB drawing his attention, does kill him right as Stax comes through, so just splitting his attention completely. Vision Strikers win yet another pistol round. That's now 8-5.
They are laughing. They are loving this. This is the best day of pistol rounds they've ever had, Achilleos.
Yeah. Also, just to confirm, it was fine that they lost to New Turn on.
Yes.
13-7.
한명 남았습니다.
So they've already gotten more rounds here than when they played against New Turn.
That's actually true.
They +1'd it.
Well, it's funny because I remember them saying when we were doing First Strike that they didn't like this map. And I was like, but you guys are like wrecking everybody on it. Like, especially Stax was just dominating either Bath or Elbow. Like on B, controlling Elbow, which is so important. Him and RB just doing such a good job when they go together onto the Bath spot. We're just obliterating people. Anybody that tried to even sniff at Baths, even if they were outside the other door, they would find ways to push through, get a kill. And so I just thought, what are you guys talking about? Like, you're really good at this map, but after they lost to New Turn, then I thought, okay, I see what's going on here.
Just because you're really good at it doesn't necessarily mean you have to like it.
True. That's very true.
Not everybody might like their profession, but maybe they're just so good at it
No.
and bad at everything else that they can't.
No, this is honestly true. I used to, when I was swimming, I used to be good at the butterfly. Well, if anybody who's ever done any swimming, that stroke is the absolute hardest to do. So I hated that I was good at it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Push around the back, blinds out onto Impa, instantly gets taken down by RB with a stinger. And Simba just not ready for it at all. Completely obliterated. As King defended the backside, comes up with one, looks for a little bit more, re-peeks. Spectre headshot at range onto Cinder, takes him down. They'll hear the teleporter from Goddead. Will be wielding the Sheriff here, but
I mean, great entry.
Not much to be done.
Great follow-up from King. I mean, he's just in such a phenomenal spot to pick up 2. What more do you need? I mean, that's everything. It's textbooked. And then look at
oh! Actually gets a headshot on the one, but Zest with a long wraparound into the teleporter will be able to finish him off. As you can see, they are all smiles, all after right now.
Yep.
They're in the Vision Striker's house, but man, I mean, what just a strong start from RB, but completely caught off guard by that wraparound to the back site. Was not prepared. King playing this back angle as well, just superbly. Says, okay, they come through the teleporter, they come through Link, I'm going to be ready for it.
The setups are just so good. I mean, they know exactly who, what, where, when, and why. They're so well practiced. They're so well coordinated. They really do a great job scouting their opponents. You know, they understand the tendencies. They understand, you know, when your opponent is kind of leaning one way or another. They manage the teeter-totter that is this game very, very well.
Aggressive push forward, but it's going to be King coming up with 2 in a 2v1 exchange. Drop wire set. Double cages as well.
It's a buy round.
Well,
I mean, they're just hanging on to those guns they had in their anti-eco. And now they're gonna steal those phantoms and other things. I mean, it's just crazy. They're just so good right now, and that recon arrow just gets nothing. Cyber Cage just gonna keep Impa slowed. Trying to push through. There's a Guardian for Goddead. Tries to come around the corner. Oh my God! Close. Not even looking. Goddead snaps onto him.
Well, there you go. That was a nice little headshot.
Ooh!
They're on the bomb. Stax trying to stop them. They're all spraying through. King, 4 kills, but that was taken down. And oh
no! God!
Actually managed just to pull it off.
Stax, what are you doing?
Yeah, can't spray through as well
Stop
as he would
laughing.
like. I think that they're probably still genuinely laughing at the result there. But yeah, defuse does come through from Hamtori. Don't stop the defuse, you know, as they would like. Spray doesn't go off. They don't get the hits on the Goddead.
That's one where your coach is gonna have words with you. If I'm your coach is gonna say, "Okay, I know you guys are doing really well, but that's, you know,
unacceptable."
Yes, you don't need to lose that round. You don't need to fork over that cash. You need to be at least spraying in there, because Stax didn't even you could at least throw a couple bullets. You know right where the bomb is. Yeah, you can adjust yourself around the spike, in different sides of it. So, but you at least have to keep them honest there.
Yeah. Well, unlucky, as they say. RB pressing up in showers now will find Jinx. It's a solid pickoff as the bomb gets rotated over through a link over to short. Slowly making their way here, keeping things a little up in the air. Aldrone should be a bit of a giveaway as it moves into U-Haul and won't be able to spot too much. Recon dart well into the back as Gondad has the Blade Storm ready to go. Fires one, barely misses Flow's head, went right past his neck. And that opens things up for King to just go ahead, shove forward, find 2 kills.
Yeah, instantly the neural theft comes out, and that's going to give them all the information in the world. Now they just can lock it down, set up the crossfires, do what they do best, and take home what should be another victory. Indeed, RB cleans up Cinder, and there you go. That's 10-6 for Vision Strikers. That one, just really effective use of their information. They come through with the Owl. They don't see anything in the front half all the way up to U-Haul, so they say, okay, let's throw the recon arrow in the back, see if anybody's back there. No, they're basically at that point, they're either in Baths or U-Haul, or, hanging out in the normal heaven or kind of the A-Link area, but the site itself is relatively open, and you can get in there pretty cleanly, and they do. Not too surprising at this point with Vision Strikers.
No, it is not. Big heavy stack here. Ooh, RB bites right into it. Stax does manage to trade this out. Making it a 1-for-1 and quite a bit of damage. Does go out onto Jinx, so not necessarily going to be worth the investment. Spike going to be rotated back through over towards B site. Got 2 playing. One outside hookah, one just inside.
Oh,
Pink
now
shells.
he knows where Zumba is.
Just to spot him.
They're going to use that
Teleporter
teleporter to fake.
That they are. Still do have the Sage playing inside hookah, so they're going to have to displace that Zuba on the back of the site.
Hamtori doesn't bite, though. They're coming right back.
Paranoia doesn't connect. TP there. And now it's going to be the rotation coming through short here for the spike, 4 stacks. Well, up in showers is Impa. Catching Glow off guard, turned around to check his back.
30초
This
남았습니다.
is not a bad position right now, actually, for Hamtori. They very well may be able to pick up this round. Stun goes out onto Impa. The Rolling Thunder is well going to be invested onto the Sova. They push all the way into showers. They do take him down. 3 more members, however, still to deal with from the side of Hamtori, and the spike has to be planted, and they almost ran out of time. Headshot locked on there by King. Another one to back it up. Jinx gets absolutely demolished, and Stax rotates around the back. He finds Cinder, and while it was looking good at the start, the deep chase onto Impa slowly turns things on its head, as well as some just nutty aim there by King.
King is on fire right now. He is
It's been a great day for him.
flicking heads. I mean, it's just again, good patience from Vision Strikers to keep Hamtori completely off balance. They go through the teleporter, they fake the A. Hamtori kind of starts to bite on it, but then realizes pretty quickly with their Sova over there that nothing's really going on. And Vision Strikers as well, it just kind of senses that they're not pushing out, they're not really trying to come through B. So therefore, I think for Vision Strikers, they realize that they're not biting on the fake either. So let's try and just go another direction. And they just push through midday, and away you go. They're just they're just so strong.
Cinder just going to be holding the corner. Zumba backing him up. Hoping that somebody's going to make their way through hookah. But it's a fairly non-committal round right now from Vision Strikers. Playing very well back. Haven't been able to gather too much information yet, but good cam dart there onto Gondad and just wasn't ready to exit. RB finds the headshot, making it that much easier. Rotation coming in from Zumba. Well, decides to stick around at B side, it looked like. They have just been running out to try to fake his footsteps, but RB just spraying through the box. We'll find Impa in the head. And that's going to be the Blade Flurry out now. Blade Storm out from RB. Sees a shotgun blast. Jinx actually takes down 2. Before Stacks can finally punish. Severe amount of damage dealt. Cinder, however, with a Bucky of his own, really needs to nail these shots.
How many whiffed right-click Blade Storms have we seen today, Achilleos? A lot. A lot.
Yeah.
Like 5, 4?
A significant number for sure.
Just not a good day for Blade Storms, I guess.
Maybe tomorrow I'll have to keep a tally and see how many successful ones there have been. Really great timing on the fault line. It was right when they were getting ready to poke forward. Gives them confirmation on the location of at least one. They'll hear him moving up into heaven. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, the bunny hopping. Got him up there. Get a bit of damage onto him, but they're running out of time. Zest, yep, that's going to be it. I was going to say, taking out Cinder already seals the deal on it, but he'll just go ahead. Follows up for both. And with 2 members remaining, that is 12 rounds locked in for Vision Strikers. OT, a faraway dream right now, it would seem, for the side of Hamtori, who need to win 6 straight rounds to try to make it happen. Man, what
how much money Stacks
what
has.
deja vu this is.
Look how much money Stacks has. He had full buys. Well, he didn't probably have, but
I mean,
he's
been destroying.
He's just incredible.
He's got nothing to purchase.
I'm telling you, he's just a monster on this map. He just understands the flow of this map so well, where to utilize all of these abilities. He's constantly catching them in bad spots. He plays off his teammates instantly what they see. Good shot from Goddead, though, to shut Stacks down. Glow gets the trade onto Zumba. So now Hunter's Fury, Glow going to deftly dodge that, and RB starting to heat up with the op now.
That he is. From the shadows into the defender spawn. Pushes there from Goddead, but Glow is ready for it. Takes his head off. And with 2 members remaining in a desperate bid to try to pick up this round, and then 5 more after it, it seems like Hamtori may just be the end of the line for them here in this series. Jinx getting tagged up, wasn't ready for the pressure from Zest. And it is all now down to Impa.
Why not? Why not?
Just for the hell of it, let's run it over to B.
It's the smarter play, even. I mean,
It definitely is. The recon dart does nothing except tell RB your location. He lands the shot, 13-6 yet again. Same score line that we saw